What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to Cowboys News TV, your go-to source for all the latest updates, in-depth analysis, and insider news on everything Dallas Cowboys. I'm Dave, and today, we're diving into a situation that's got the entire Cowboys fan base holding their breath: CeeDee Lamb's contract negotiations. With Week 1 against the Cleveland Browns just around the corner, the Cowboys are teetering on the edge of a potential explosion, and it all centers around Lamb's holdout. But before we get into the details, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We're on the road to 11,000 subscribers, and your support is crucial in helping us reach that goal. Alright, let's get straight into it. CeeDee Lamb has been an absolute cornerstone of the Cowboys' offense, and it's no exaggeration to say that his presence on the field is pivotal to the team's success. Last season, Lamb led the league with 135 catches, racking up 1,749 receiving yards and 12 touchdowns. Those numbers are nothing short of elite, and they highlight just how vital he is to the Cowboys' offense. But here we are, just weeks away from the season opener, and Lamb remains sidelined, holding out as he waits for a new contract. The negotiations have been anything but smooth, and despite public statements from both sides, it seems we're no closer to seeing a deal get done. According to recent reports, Lamb turned down an offer of $33 million per year because he's eyeing a deal closer to what Justin Jefferson earns, around $35 million per year. Now, Cowboys Nation, how do you feel about this? Do you think the Cowboys should meet Lamb's demands, or are they right to hold firm? Let us know in the comments below, and while you're there, vote in our poll on what you think the final deal should look like. We want to hear your thoughts. Dallas Cowboys insider Dave Hellman recently weighed in on the situation, and he didn't hold back. Speaking on the Speak YouTube show, Hellman pointed out the significance of Lamb's role in the offense. He said, "Of course he's frustrated, and of course, this matters a lot because CeeDee Lamb is the Dallas Cowboys offense. Last year, there wasn't a lot in the way of depth behind him. They need him there." Hellman's words hit home for a lot of us, and they underscore just how critical these contract negotiations are. Lamb isn't just another player on the roster, he's a game changer, the guy who can tilt the field in the Cowboys' favor with just one play. And yet, here we are, with the talks dragging on as the clock ticks down to Week 1. Cowboys fans, do you share Hellman's concerns? Is it time for Jerry Jones to stop playing hardball and get this deal done? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's get the conversation started. We're all in this together, and your opinions help shape the dialogue around our team. The urgency of the situation was further highlighted by ESPN's Jeff Darlington, who provided an update on the negotiations during an appearance on Get Up. According to Darlington, the two sides aren't exactly close when it comes to the term or money. He stated, "It really doesn't feel like they've gotten to a point where they know the annual salary, where they know the contract length, where they know the real structure of the contract, where it becomes guaranteed money." That's not the news any of us wanted to hear, especially with the season opener looming large. The fact that there's still so much uncertainty around the deal is troubling, to say the least. It's one thing for negotiations to take time, but when you're talking about a player of Lamb's caliber, time is a luxury the Cowboys simply don't have. What do you think, Cowboys Nation? Do you believe this contract drama could explode before Week 1? And if so, how should the Cowboys handle it? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to engage with our community poll on whether Lamb's deal should make him the highest paid non-quarterback in the league. Jerry Jones, the man who ultimately holds the purse strings, hasn't exactly been in a rush to get this deal done. He was quoted before a preseason game against the Raiders as saying, "I'm not worried about a target date. I'm not worried about a deadline." Those words might sound reassuring on the surface, but they also hint at the possibility that this negotiation could drag on longer than any of us would like. For the Cowboys, every day that passes without a deal puts more pressure on the team's front office. And for CeeDee Lamb, it's about securing the contract that reflects his value to the team. But the longer this drags out, the more it threatens to become a distraction that the Cowboys can ill afford as they prepare for a season where expectations are sky high. Cowboys fans, how do you see this playing out? Will we see CeeDee Lamb suited up and ready to go against the Browns in Week 1, or will this holdout stretch into the regular season? Share your predictions in the comments, and let's get a discussion going. Your input is what makes Cowboys News TV the community, and we're excited to hear from you. As we inch closer to the start of the season, the pressure is on both sides to find common ground. For the Cowboys, it's about ensuring they have their top offensive weapon locked in and ready to go. For Lamb, it's about getting the deal that he feels reflects his contributions and potential. It's a high-stakes game, and the outcome could have a significant impact on the Cowboys season. A quick reminder to subscribe to Cowboys News TV if you haven't already. We're closing in on our goal of 11,000 subscribers, and with your help, we can get there even faster. Also, don't forget to like this video if you found it informative and share it with your fellow Cowboys fans. Your support helps us continue bringing you the best Cowboys content on YouTube. In the coming days, all eyes will be on the negotiations between CeeDee Lamb and the Cowboys. Will a deal be struck before the Cowboys take the field against the Browns, or are we in for a prolonged standoff? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, Cowboys Nation will be watching closely. As we continue to monitor the situation, it's important to understand just how pivotal CeeDee Lamb is to the Cowboys offense. Last season, Lamb was more than just the number one receiver, he was the heartbeat of the entire passing game. With 135 receptions, 1,749 yards, and 12 touchdowns, he didn't just lead the Cowboys, he led the entire league in receptions. That's no small feat, and it's a clear indicator of how essential he is to Dak Prescott and the overall offensive scheme. The chemistry between Dak and CeeDee is undeniable. They've developed a connection that's rare in the NFL, one that can only come from hours of practice, trust, and game experience. This kind of synergy isn't something you can easily replace, and it's certainly not something the Cowboys can afford to gamble with as they head into a season filled with high expectations. Now, let's consider the broader implications of these contract negotiations. If the Cowboys can't get a deal done before Week 1, what does that mean for their season? Could we see a repeat of the Ezekiel Elliott holdout from a few years ago? And if Lamb doesn't play, how does that affect the rest of the offense? These are questions that Cowboys fans everywhere are asking, and they're not easy ones to answer. One thing's for sure, without CeeDee Lamb, the Cowboys' offense would take a significant hit. The depth behind Lamb isn't as strong as it could be, and while players like Michael Gallup and Brandon Cooks are talented, they don't bring the same game-breaking ability that Lamb does. Lamb's ability to stretch the field, make tough catches in traffic, and turn short passes into big gains is unmatched. His presence alone forces defenses to game plan around him, opening up opportunities for the rest of the offense. Imagine the Cowboys taking the field against the Cleveland Browns in Week 1 without their top receiver. It's a scenario that no one wants to see, but it's one that's becoming increasingly possible with each passing day. The Browns have a formidable defense, and without Lamb to keep them honest, the Cowboys could struggle to move the ball effectively. Dak Prescott would have to rely heavily on his other weapons, but would it be enough? That's a question that's weighing heavily on the minds of Cowboys fans and the team's front office alike. Let's talk strategy for a moment. If you were Jerry Jones, what would your approach be? Would you push to get a deal done at all costs, or would you hold firm and wait for Lamb to come to the table? It's a delicate balancing act, and it's one that could have lasting consequences for the team. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's discuss what the Cowboys' next move should be. In situations like this, it's easy to get caught up in the immediate concerns, but we also have to think long-term. CeeDee Lamb isn't just a player for the here and now, he's a cornerstone for the future of the Cowboys. Locking him into a long-term deal isn't just about this season, it's about ensuring that the Cowboys have a reliable, elite receiver for years to come. It's about maintaining stability in the offense and giving Dak Prescott the weapons he needs to succeed. And speaking of Dak, how do you think this situation is affecting him? As the leader of the team, Dak has to be feeling the pressure. He's built a strong connection with Lamb, and not having him on the field could disrupt the rhythm they've developed. For a quarterback, having that go-to receiver is crucial, especially in high-pressure situations. Dak has been vocal about his support for Lamb, but at the end of the day, he's also focused on winning games. The longer this holdout drags on, the more it could weigh on the entire team. As we continue to speculate on how this will play out, let's not forget the human element of these negotiations. CeeDee Lamb is a young player who's worked incredibly hard to get to this point in his career. He's earned his place among the league's elite receivers, and he wants to be compensated accordingly. From his perspective, this is about more than just money. It's about respect, recognition, and securing his future in the NFL. But of course, the NFL is a business, and Jerry Jones is a businessman. He's built the Cowboys into one of the most valuable franchises in sports, and he didn't get there by making rash decisions. Jerry is known for his tough negotiating style, and he's not one to be pressured into a deal he doesn't believe is in the best interest of the team. However, there's also a fine line between tough negotiating and potentially losing one of your best players. Finding that balance is key, and it's something that will likely be the deciding factor in these negotiations. For Cowboys fans, this is a nerve-wracking time. The excitement of a new season is tempered by the uncertainty surrounding one of the team's biggest stars. But as always, Cowboys Nation remains hopeful. We've seen this team overcome challenges before, and we believe they can do it again. Whether it's Jerry Jones working his magic to get a deal done, or CeeDee Lamb coming back to the negotiating table, we're confident that something will give before Week 1. Before we wrap up, I want to remind everyone to stay tuned to Cowboys News TV for all the latest updates on this situation and everything else happening with our beloved team. We're committed to bringing you the most accurate and up-to-date information, and we'll be here every step of the way as this story unfolds. And don't forget, your voice matters. Whether it's sharing your thoughts in the comments, participating in our polls, or simply liking and sharing our videos, you're a crucial part of Cowboys News TV. Together, we can navigate these uncertain times and continue to support our team with the passion and dedication that defines Cowboys Nation. So, what's next? We'll be keeping a close eye on the negotiations and bringing you any new developments as they happen. Whether CeeDee Lamb gets his deal done or the situation continues to escalate, you can count on Cowboys News TV to keep you informed and engaged. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Cowboys!